Yes, sir. Welcome back once again. Ladies and gents, y'all know what's happening. All things covered. Pat Peterson, Bryant McFadden, right back at you with another entertaining, informative show. You guys know how we rock and roll. There's a lot to unpack in this show, as it is in every episode. But this is a great show, and because of where we are in the football calendar year. Of course, Minicamp is taking off for the majority of the NFL teams, clearly for our guy, Pat P. So we will tap into the Minicamp reaction or recap as he gives us an in-depth look on what he's seen so far throughout this Minicamp session for the upcoming season for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Also, too, when you talk about Pat P, getting the Minicamp recap from him, we also get a chance to talk about our most recent episode involving the great Troy Polamalu. We've gotten a lot of positive. Yes, the great Troy P. We've gotten a lot of positive feedback from our listeners and our viewers. We appreciate you guys so much. And we will share some of the things that you said in regards to that episode. But most importantly, let's continue to promote what we do here, which is provide great content, entertaining content, informative content, and content that will make you smile. We love to hear from you guys, so make sure you leave us a review on Apple Podcasts or head over to our YouTube channel. Make sure you drop us a comment in our section. We love to read the comments as well. Make sure you subscribe while you're there. And always, Pat P, they got to tell a friend to tell a friend, right?
Got to tell a friend to tell a friend, man. Have to. It's a must.
It's a must.
And leave that 5-star rating.
Facts. Not just because we're asking. We really do believe we deserve it.
No doubt about it. We're giving people unheard of stories. And behind the scenes of back in the day. Like
all the way back there.
Stories you haven't even heard of before. Situations that guys been in before, but the world haven't heard before.
Yes.
Uncanny conversations, Mac. That's what we do, man.
That's what we do. So keep rocking and rolling with us, and we're going to keep doing what we do. Pat P, before we jump into the Minicamp recap, man, let's talk about the most recent episode. A very entertaining, emotional episode, to say the least. Troy Polamalu episode reaction. What was your biggest takeaway from the conversation with the great Troy Polamalu?
Man, like you said, Mac, such a heartwarming episode that we had with Troy. And the biggest thing that I took away from that episode was how I've been talking about what I've been talking about since we started the show. How deep the brotherhood of the locker room is, man.
Yes.
How special it is. First and foremost, and when you have those special connections and special bonds, it's almost unbreakable. And for you to keep that letter and to read that letter and for you to have that reaction when he wrote you that letter from 2000, when was that? When did he write
that was 2011.
2011.
Yes.
12 years ago. 12 years ago, and for you to say that you still read that letter to this day, it just goes to show how special the locker room is. And not only how special it is, how hard it is to get into that special sorority.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it was a lot to take away from that conversation that we had with Troy. I was just so pleased just to hear him in another state, because we only see and hear from Troy when he's on on an interview in a locker room or after a game or for Head and Shoulders. You know what I mean? So to get him in that setting and to have the reactions, not only from you, but from the fans, it was unbelievable. And like I told you right after the show, I said, man, this is going to be a special show, not only from the raw emotions that came from it, but from the stories and the intellect that we was able to get into. Like Troy talked about the fake field goal that he noticed. From him changing, making sure that the pressure slid to him to let Joey Porter free. It was just things like that that gave the fans and the viewers just another side, another inside of the game that they would never, ever got an insight on.
No question. Inside information that they were able to receive via All Things Covered. That's important. For me, the reaction clearly, I know I wasn't expecting to go where it went in the beginning, but that's just how much love I had for the game.
Right.
That's how much I love the game. Like, I really love ball. Even to this day, I tell people I have the dream job. I don't work a day in my life because I talk about football. When I'm not podcasting with my guy, Pat P, I'm talking football, bro. I watch tape, I watch games, and I talk about it. Like, what are we doing? Like, really? I can't play. I can't be in the locker room still. I really miss that, the locker room nature and the vibes. But I talk ball. Like, I love it. So for me, when I read the letter, it took me back to that moment. That moment, it took me back to the moment of being a little kid trying to find a way to get on a football team, trying to find a way to become a starter in high school, trying to find a way to get a full scholarship to Florida State or to whatever university wanted me, then trying to find a way to get drafted. Like, all the hard working, Pat, you know how it is. Like, the grind. And I loved it. And for me, I was losing it. And I was like, right. Ain't nothing I can do about it. And you know how it is, Pat. We've always been in control. At least 90%, 80% of our career, we've been in control. Right? As an individual,
no doubt about it.
On the football field, regardless of what they call, you're still in control.
As a DB, especially.
Yes, you're still in control. But me, I wasn't in control of what was happening because it was the nature of injuries. And I read it. And I just like, oh, freak. No, man. No. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, don't do it. I couldn't because it's raw and it's real, and that's just the love. Yeah. And for me to get to that level, you know how I am. I'm a very, very close-knit guy. I don't let a lot of people in, with things with me, and that's just how I've always been. But that was something that just I couldn't prepare for, and it just happened. And then I think the next biggest thing was when I asked Troy to talk about his 5 best plays in his career. It's hard to put them in order of only 5, but I said 5 for time management. You know what I mean? And he said all his plays had something to do with somebody else, mostly. That's the thing. Just the selfless individual that he is, just including other people. Like, he's made 1,000 plays with just himself, but he highlighted mostly plays that were involved in somebody else. That just tells you what type of guy he is, man. One thing I want to ask you, Pat P. Oh, go ahead. You got some?
No, go ahead.
The other day you said that, and this is kind of following the conversation we had with Troy and talking about the locker room culture. The other day you stated that this current team, 2023 Pittsburgh Steelers ball club, is Cam, Mika, and TJ's team, right? But how can you take elements of that Troy chat that we had last episode to further instill the old school Steelers culture into this group currently for 2023?
Man, Matt, today honestly was like the first glimpse of like me really. I had my 3 weeks here, just kind of like trying to learn my way, learning a new position and moving all over the field, just trying to learn what I need to do.
Oh, wait a minute. You said learning a new position. So I've been knowing you to play outside corner. You said I know somebody probably heard the same thing, and probably for our fans watching us on YouTube was like, hold on, did he say learning a new position? I didn't say it. I just caught it.
So right, hold on. Mac, you did catch it.
Let's go back. What new position? Because I know you to be an outside corner locked there, but what you talking about? What new position you learning? What's going on?
Man, just having the opportunity to be a ball player. And that's what Coach Mike T and the Pittsburgh Steelers are giving me the opportunity to do. That's all I'm gonna say, man. That's all I'm gonna say, man.
Yeah, I saw what he hit us with. It's not me, because I asked the question for all of us.
Yeah. You did.
So I'll say this much then. Since he didn't really directly answer the question, Pat P might not just be playing outside corner. That's what it sounds like to me, because he said he got to learn a new position. No, he said learning new positions. Oh. That's what he said. So if he knows the outside corner, so he could be learning.
Matt, what I'm gonna say is I saw this in the news. Coach Grady said they plan on using me like they use Cam Sutton.
So that means you might be playing the nickel, you might be playing the dime. Heck, you could be in the post.
Coach Grady Brown said that himself. So
okay. All right. So we got to wait and see. But it sounds like number 20, a la Patrick Peterson, will be utilized in many different ways. So if you utilize in many different ways, that might mean we might be seeing one of them young pups out there. Because if you ain't at the perimeter playing one of the cornerback positions, somebody else got to come in while you move all the way around. Or you be moving around like Troy?
Man, see, Matt, that's the thing, man. It's a beautiful thing, Matt. And like that not the seek of approval, but I got approval from my starting quarterback. And I'm not going to say what he said, but I said, okay, bet.
Was he confused? Was he like, did he ask like, what were you doing? And then did he follow that up, like keep doing what you're doing, similar to what Joey said to Troy when Troy first started floating around?
It was like I got the approval from the quarterback, the starting quarterback who played in this league, Kenny Pickett, who played in this league, seen a bunch of coverages in his young career, and he said he gave me the approval.
What did he say? Can you be like, okay, what did he say? That's all.
What did he say?
Yeah.
He gave me the approval and he said, man, when you line up at this certain position, that fucks me up.
Oh.
That's okay.
So that means if it messes him up, it probably mess up some other quarterbacks as well.
Yeah, man. I plan on making a lot of plays this year, man. And I don't want to get too far into the show.
I got you.
But we'll talk.
So more of the story is, listeners and viewers, you heard it from the source himself. Pat P ain't just lining up at an outside corner. No. So now you're getting a kind of new glimpse of what this new defense is going to look like. Pat P might be in the safety position, the nickel, the dime. He gonna be moving around a lot of different places. We got to wait to see exactly where, but he's not going to be where he's usually been throughout his professional career. I can't wait. Baby Rod Woodson.
Hey, I can't wait either, Matt, because I saw this report. I can't remember who reported it, but they was kind of confused on like how the P2 and the Pittsburgh Steelers was going to work out.
They talking crazy already?
Man, you all I know, all I needed was a little fuel. And it fired me up for today's practice, Matt. And got dogged. I'm telling you, like I said, that today, what I said, Matt, today was the first day that I was like, okay, yep. And I read this 2 days ago.
And you kept it in your memory bank.
Added fuel. You say they don't think it's gonna work out with this man-heavy Pittsburgh Steelers defense. Okay.
Are they trying to say you can't play man no more?
That's what the freak I do, man. Like, this is what the freak I do. I don't give a damn how old I am. This is what I do.
You was born to play man.
Man, look, I was born to play man. I was born to play football. That's true. That's why they're still shocked that out of 52 corners that was drafted in 2011, that I'm still here.
How many still here out of the 52 that was drafted in your draft?
You talking to him right now?
Only one?
You talking to him, Matt?
Oh. Well, hold on.
Wait
a minute. So out of 52 corners, you the only one left.
That's why I said I didn't want to get too far into the show, Matt.
No, we're gonna get there because since you're talking about it, PFF, your favorite friends, they had you ranked as the 31st best corner entering 2023. So they got 30 better than you right now.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on.
Because you finished the season, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. You finished the season with PFF.
You added more fuel to the fire.
Wasn't you like top 6 at the end of a year ago?
Come on, man.
So
that's what PFF said.
PFF. Yeah.
That's what they said.
Shouts out to our friends at PFF, by the way.
Going into the season, They said I'm the 32nd best
31st.
corner.
No, you're 31st. I'm sorry.
Well,
31st.
30. That's still too low. 31st best corner.
And CBS own senior writer Pete Prisco, he had you in his top 100 list. You were ranked 92. There were only 7 corners, including you, only 7 corners made the list. The corners that are in front of you, Jalen, Sauce, Sertan Jr., Jair, Gilmore, and Woolen, and then you.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. Xavier Howard didn't make the list? The top 100? He had you number 92 on the top 100. And PFF had you the 31st best corner in the National Football.
I don't get it, man. I don't know if they just tired of hearing my name. I don't know what it is. And they're always talking about the tape. They always talking about what you did the year before.
What you do last year? You remember what you did?
I know exactly what I did last year. The years before, I wasn't showing up on tape because I wasn't getting targets. Yeah, teams may have a couple of touchdowns on me prior years before, but bro, I was bored. But last year, like I said, Mac, if I get more than 2 targets a game, what's going to happen? I was going to make teams pay, and I was going to get interceptions. Period. I'm a ball hog. I've been that my whole life. So and other teams know that as well.
Pat P, that was a nice stat. So out of 52 corners that was drafted in 2011, only 1 still standing?
And you talking to him, man, and still going strong. Ain't got no signs of slowing down. I can't wait to show the world I still can play man. That young corners, when they grew up watching, like, man, how you stay so square? They gonna see all that this year. Now I'm back in the man scheme. I got this guy. They gonna get what they've been waiting for. Period.
Well, in the words of Pat P,
Matt,
last episode, where do we go from here?
I am different, Matt. And that's what people are failing to realize. You can't put me in other situations, put me in others.
Correction, Pat P. Correction, Cam. You actually misquoted the stat. It's not 52 corners. It's 52 DBs that were drafted in 2011. Only one still standing.
My bad. 52 DBs.
Yeah, DBs in totality.
And I'm still standing. What people gonna realize is that I'm different, and I've been different since I was 7 years old.
As the kids say nowadays, you him. You him.
I've been him. Been him, man. Hey, I did a little cleaning the other day out of the garage.
I saw what you did on social. I meant to hit your phone. Eric, when we drop this on YouTube, you gotta go get the picture that Pat P put on social media. I don't know if it was a post or a story.
It was a story.
Go ahead. Tell us what you say. Did some cleaning?
I did. You know, people talk about spring cleaning. I did summer cleaning.
Yeah.
Did a little summer cleaning, and I went through a box. I was like, okay, it said trophies on it. I ain't know which trophies it was because I've been getting trophies my whole life since little leagues, high school, been offensive defensive player of the year, been Jim Thorpe, best defensive player of the year in college. Just didn't get the defensive MVP in NFL yet. So I've been him since birth. So like I said, since 7.
Yeah.
So I opened up the box. I'm like, voila. Okay.
You didn't even know what was in there.
It just said trophies, Mac, a big box. I said, okay, voila. I ain't see these puppies in almost 3 years because I moved from Arizona, was in Minnesota, didn't have my house done yet. So I was like, okay, start pull out the gym first. Pull all the bubbles off. I said, ooh, Jim look pretty. I said, I miss you, Jim. Yes, sir. The next thing you know, what come after that, Mac?
Oh, okay. The Beneric?
No, Beneric ain't come after it. So it was a taller trophy than Jimmy. But it was the first trophy they made in college football, Mac. It was called the College Impact Player Award.
You got that too.
I was the first player to ever have that in college NCAA football. The first player to ever have it. They ain't even play offense. They ain't taking out one snap of offense, Mac. Boom. Pull that big puppy out. It's a big crystal, too. Pull that out. Next trophy I pulled out, old Chucky. Pulled out Chucky. Third player in the NCAA to win that one shout out to my teammate Minka. He's along with me with Charles Woodson to win both Chuck Bednarik and the Jim Thorpe Award. So I pulled old Chucky out.
I forgot Minka
Yeah.
won the Thorpe and the Bednarik. I forgot about that.
You already know he's different, so you got two different motherfuckers in the same secondary.
Talk that talk, then. Talk that talk.
So anyway, I pulled that out. So then, Mac, I forgot how dangerous I was.
It was something else in there still?
Man, Mac, hold on now. I ain't done. Mac, so I forgot how dangerous I was with the ball in my hand. So I pull out the SEC Special Teams Player of the Year award. I said, okay. Then I went to looking again, so it had paper all over the place. You know, the wrapping paper, so you want to make sure everything gets deemed up. So there was Crystal's trophy, so I wanted to make sure I take care of my prized possessions. So I started unraveling some more, Mac, and I found the SEC Defensive Player of the Year award, Mac. I said, God, dog, I was a bad boy.
Not past tense, still currently. So yeah. So hey, man.
Mac.
They say numbers don't lie, but awards don't lie either.
Numbers don't lie, Mac. So I unraveled one more time, Mac.
You still got something in there?
I was still unraveling.
What was that?
I got LSU team MVP. And mind you, Mac, I didn't play one offensive snap.
Hey,
and on top of that, Mac, hold on. I got one more thing. I led the team in all-purpose yards too.
And didn't play offense.
How crazy is that? Crazy is that?
That boy, listen, y'all here. See, y'all done got him fired. PFF. It's PFF fault and Pete Prisco fault. Let's talk about it. Hey, Pat P, you just had that in the box.
I had that in the box, man. That was in the box, and it finally came back to life, and I was like, yep. That was something else that got me fired up, too. I was like, yeah, I've been doing this, man. I've really been doing this. You don't want to go back. Was in elementary.
You don't want to go back to high school when you was the number one guy coming out.
Come on, man. We ain't got enough time for the show to talk about that.
You don't want to talk about you were the first DB that made that 7 special. You had 1,358 yards all purpose that year?
Yeah.
How?
Crazy. And they ain't played not one snap of offense, Matt.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on, Pat P. You had 1,300 yards all purpose and didn't play offense in 1 year? How is that possible? I'm trying to figure out something. Something. Like,
Matt, it was crazy.
1,300 yards, didn't play offense.
So, Matt, think about it. The first game of the year, I had
North Carolina. I was there in the Georgia Dome.
I had 260-something odd yards just in return yards.
You took one to the house, too, didn't you, that game?
Yeah. Well, like my boy, who was it? I forgot who it was. But he was like, you need Deion Sanders speed to catch. Well,
you had 257.
257 in that game. You needed Deion Sanders speed to catch me out there. But that was a game that really started it off. Then I had I had a couple interceptions that I didn't score on, but it was like 80 plus. Then I was just killing them in punt return. I was averaging 20 yards a carry.
And you didn't return kickoffs. You just returned punts.
No. I returned at kickoffs too. Okay. But in college, when it hit the end zone, you can't return them. So I only had a handful.
So you basically got 1,300 yards in return, interceptions, and punts returned.
Punt returns and interception yards.
Boy, that's tough right there. That's a stat right there.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's a stat. But they say you're the 31st best corner right now.
Man, I don't know what else I can do, man. And like, I closed out games. I practically won 5 games for us in Minnesota.
You did.
I practically spoke up one, so that's 6. That when we was down 33-0.
All we need is 5 touchdowns. That's all.
All we need is 5 touchdowns. But I don't know. They just, man, I saw a great. I think I talked about this last show, man. I saw a great stat of Charles Woodson going into his year 33 season, like he was turning 33.
Mm-hmm.
And he had 9 picks. I think that's the year he won
That's the year he won defensive player of the year.
Nine picks and 3 to the crib. And that was like his first year that they really started
moving him around.
Him. Yeah, man. I visualize the same thing. And then one thing about me, Mac, you know me for a long time. I love speaking things into existence. Man, I'm a huge manifester, and I see that for myself. I can't wait for it to come into fruition.
What year was that? I
think that was like year 13.
I know, but was it 2010? Him and Al Harris was out. That was 2009. Boy, he was
jumping pitches, jumping slants in Arizona,
blitzing, tackling at age 33, year 12,
3 times,
and he scored at age 33. We gonna clip and say this. At age 33 in year 12, C. Wood went ham. Got him. That's one of the. You missing 2 major awards right now, Pat P. I know you can hear me. You missing Defensive Player of the Year and Super Bowl. Sticky Lombardi, man. And I feel like now I'm going to be in a position to be around the ball, and that's the most important thing: is being around the ball. And we got a front. Oh man!
And we got a front,
and you got Mika. Mika won the Thorpe Innerbeneric. I forgot about that.
Yeah, third player in college football history. You know, it's been almost 150 some years of college football, man.
Man. Well, Pat P, I was gonna wait to bring up the PFF.
Man, Mac, like I said, I'm sorry for getting too far into the show, man.
No, you do what you're supposed to do. They disrespecting you, the 31st best corner, and you finished a year ago at top 6. I want to know, hey, Eric, when you get a chance, while we continue the show, can we see the 30 corners that are in front of Pat P? That's what we want to see.
And on top of that, I want to see that as well. And how many snaps did they play? Like, I played every game. Almost every snap except for Green Bay, because we was getting our doors blown off us. That's the only reason I didn't play every snap. I would play every snap this season.
Yeah.
So I want to see. I want to compare the stats. I want to compare the plays they made and when they made them, because there's a difference now. When you make a play in the first quarter and don't make a play no more in the game.
Y'all hear? He fired up.
I won't say that you're not irrelevant. Yeah, you made the play, but are you making the play when it counts?
Yeah, he fired.
Are you making the play when it counts, Matt?
I hear. Yeah. He ready to play ball right now.
Right now. Right now, man. Hey, Matt, and like you said, just like you, I love the game.
No question.
Damn what my paycheck is saying. Like, I love the game. I love to compete. I love lining up against somebody else and having the opportunity to dissect them and knowing what they want to do to me before they do it. Like, I love this shit, man. And that's why people, I don't know if they surprised that I'm still, that I'm not.
52 DBs drafted, only one still playing. That's a stat.
I'm not.
That's a stat.
Like I'm just a certified. Like what Prime said at Super Bowl, that I was a dog. I'm a certified dog. And
there ain't no
ifs and buts about it, man.
You got a blue check.
Ain't no ifs and buts about it. So what I want to see is, first of all, people stop talking about my age. Like, age is not a matter. That's not even a factor anymore.
Well, C. Wood got Defensive Player of the Year at
that's
age
what
33.
I'm saying. Let's
year
stop.
12. What year this is for you, Pat P?
Year 13.
Year 13.
So let's bury that. Like, I don't want to hear nothing about my age no more. He's losing a step, da-da-da-da-da. Just enjoy what I'm putting on tape each and every Sunday. Just enjoy it. That's all. Just enjoy it.
That's it. Y'all hear? Y'all heard? Yeah. Okay. What's your number? How many PBUs you had last year?
15 or 16. I was
how many picks you had? How many picks you had?
Top 3 in that.
You led the team in both.
And I'm the 31st corner, bro. I had 4 picks in overtime and fourth quarter.
Dang, that's big.
And I'm the and I was the top 5 most impact defensive player in the fourth quarter overtime, but I'm the 31st ranked cornerback.
Wow. Thank you, PFF. Y'all heard him. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, PFF.
And Matt, and they always talk about the numbers. They always talk about the numbers.
That's what they say, the numbers, but you had, and I don't know. I don't know what to say.
They talk about the numbers.
Yeah. Well, Pat P, we're gonna take a quick break.
Why we need to take a break, Mac? I don't think I'm fired up, Mac.
Yeah, I gotta get my paperwork. I gotta get my paperwork together because I just want to hear a little bit. I want to hear a little bit about Minicamp, and then we gonna get up out of here. But let me get my paperwork together. But you the 31st best corner. You could have been the 41st best corner. Hold on. Before we go to break, our great producer, Debo. I don't know why they call him Debo. Well, I know why. His last name, but he really ain't got no muscles.
He ain't got not one muscle in his body. I ain't seen no ab on Debo. I ain't seen that dog on one.
It's all because his last name. But he has no muscles. And his favorite basketball player forever is Ben Simmons, by the way. Mm-hmm. He sent me a picture of Ben Simmons talking about he at the gym. I don't even.
Ben Simmons been going to the gym in the summer now.
I don't even know why you keep talking about
Eric say, man? What Eric sent you, man? What Eric sent you to get me more fired up?
Oh, the corners that are ranked before you. You got Sauce, Jalen, Slay, Sertan, Jair, Gilmore, Lattimore, Diggs, Horn, Dean, Ward, Terrell, Bradbury, Ward, Trey White, Woolen, Xavier.
Half of these guys ain't even played more than 12.
Chadobi.
I know 3 guys that haven't played 12 games.
Chadobi, Murphy Button.
Well, who he play for?
He used to play with Tampa last year. I think he was like the nickel, the third guy.
You ain't even got Matt. You ain't even got to name nobody else, man. Enough is enough. Yeah. I'm telling you, Matt. What I'm gonna do is
he on the Titans now.
I don't give a damn where he at.
What you gonna do?
I'm gonna start my own freaking pro football focus, bro.
Yeah, I heard him.
I'm like, come on, bro.
You the 31st. You 31st. You're 31st without one game was played. So I don't know. Are they taking what happened last year?
Why?
And combining with that should be the thing, right? Like they got to take how the guys played last year, right?
We're talking about last year, and no disrespect to my boy Trey White. You know he's a Tiger. Trey didn't play half the season.
Yeah, he was injured. So maybe expectations.
That's what it must be.
It got to be expectations.
Okay, so I won't say that make me feel better, but if that's the case, all right, I can live with that a little bit better.
Yeah, they expecting you to drop off based on how you finished, like how you played last year. That's what they're saying.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So they need to put that up there, heading into this year. But you would think though the year before has to play a part though, right? You would think the year the previous year has to play a factor. I don't know, man. I don't know.
All right. Well, he fired up now. Y'all got him fired up.
I don't know. Now we can take a break, Max.
Let me get my paperwork.
I need a water breakdown.
Yeah. Let me get my paperwork together. And on the opposite side, before we get up out of here, we got to hear what has been happening in Steelers Minicamp 2023. We'll be right back. Pat P, before we get up out of here, man, the fans, the listeners, they clearly want to have an in-depth look into what has been taking place during this Minicamp session for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So you've been involved in OTAs, now being a part of Minicamp. What has stood out to you the most when you combine OTAs and Minicamp?
Man, honestly,
that we haven't talked about yet, because we talked quite a bit about a lot of different things. And I have a player I want to ask you about, but I want to hear your response first before I ask you the question about a particular player.
Yeah, for the most part, man, it's been the same, bro. Like I talked about, the last, 2 or 3 episodes, that the competition level is just through the roof, and the versatility that we have on the defensive side of the ball, especially particular in the secondary, is just I've never been around anything like it before. So just to finally to be, like I talked about in those team meetings, the hearing those Tomalisms, hearing some of the sayings that coach say, throughout the day, and just seeing how he's able to push certain people's buttons to get the best out of them. So just being here, man, it's just been remarkable, man. And I couldn't imagine myself being in a better place, for the latter part of my career. Not only the story organization that it is, but to be around a coach like Mike T, be around, one of the first guys who I started this with, who helped put me in this position in Grady Brown. Yep. Being around a group of guys that all have that same laser focus, and that's not only being a world champion, but to help each other become better and be the best that individual can be, to help the team collectively to be successful. So it's just a beautiful thing to be around, man. And quite honestly, man, I'm just so happy to finally be in this Pittsburgh organization in that building every single day.
Yo, you talked about the versatility in the secondary. One player I want to highlight and talk about, Cory Trice. He was the other athletic corner that was drafted in the back end. We talked a lot about Joey Porter Jr., but Cory Trice, 6'3", 200+ pounder. He was dealing with some injuries at Purdue. People felt like he should have been drafted earlier than where he exactly went. I call him an avatar. Y'all got two avatars when you talk about Joey Porter Jr. and Cory Trice. But what have you seen from Cory so far throughout OTAs and currently in minicamp?
Man, I've never been.
And is he a legit 6'3"?
Yes, legit. I was just about to say that. I've never been around two corners that were much taller than me. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I got
you legit 6'1".
Yes, and you got Trace, and you got freaking
Trice.
JP. Trice and JP. And to be able to see those guys take the necessary steps that they need to take heading into camp, it's been remarkable, because the competition level is what we're seeing now. It's going to be the same at camp, but taken up to another level, because obviously, we're going to have the pads on a little bit. Guys are really trying to make their way on the team, so that the intensity level may be a little bit heightened, but the competition level is always going to be there. And those guys have been seeing that and going through that since day one. So to see the level and to see those guys rise to the occasion when the ball is thrown away. Like today, Joey made some great plays today. Last week, Trice, aka Trees, made some great plays last week. And just to see the ground they're able to make up, the patience and the disruption they're able to cause at the line of scrimmage, it's just a beautiful thing to watch, man, because as you see nowadays, that's a lost art as a defensive back. Press.
Yeah.
Most guys open the gate. Most guys don't get hands on the receiver when they at the line of scrimmage. You're wasting your time. Like, why are you up there if you're not going to touch the guy?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And to have these two guys, the stature that they have, they're not wasting it. And to see it every single day, it's just great to know that the game is going to be in great hands, once I do decide to hang up the cleats.
I love hearing that. I mean, because it's rare to have a corner with that length that can play like a little guy.
Yeah.
That can bend and turn and come out and get those hands on them. Like, you got two avatars out there, man. I can't wait to see those guys in training camp. Like you said, when the intensity increases, you know what I mean? And now it's time to really go. So that's great. Also, too, let's transition to the offensive side. A move that happened during the offseason that a lot of people was like, okay, yeah, this should be good, but I think it's going to be huge. Allen Robinson. What have you seen from Allen Robinson so far throughout this entire offseason period? And what are your expectations for him? Because, still I think he's more than a serviceable guy. He can be a big time contributor. Didn't really put the numbers that we thought he would do with the Rams last year, but heck, everything they had going on was kind of a disappointment. But how has he looked? It was, they had disappointing. Yeah, they won in the Super Bowl.
They were like,
but how has he looked though?
Yeah.
What's up with Robinson? How he's been looking?
Man, Allen Robinson's been looking great. Is it Allen Robinson the third? If I'm not mistaken,
I just call him Allen Robinson.
I know he got a couple of dashes behind his name, but yeah, Allen been great, man. To see him getting back into the thick of things, obviously dealing with some injuries last year with the Rams, like you said, didn't have the season. Allen Robinson the second did end up having a season that he wanted to have in the Rams in totality as well. But seeing him out on the field, moving around, he's been moving around great. And
that's good.
What's going to be crazy is to see when we see Pat, when we see Deontay, when we got doggone Greg, then we got him, he got Najee. That's like 5 home run hitters, guys that can move the chains, guys that you need to account for. And when defenses see that, they're going to have to pick their poison. And have an opportunity to go up against those guys, go up against the offense over the last month, it's been it's going to be something. It's going to be quite the show to watch. And I just pray and hope that everybody can stay healthy.
Stay healthy.
That's always the gift of the gab in this game. But all looking at what we have on paper, it could be a very special year, man. It really could be. I know we got a lot of new pieces. I know we got a bunch of new faces, unfamiliar faces, but we have ball players here. And that's what I come to understand ever since I stepped foot in this building, that guys love ball. They want to talk ball, and they want to be around ball. And that's important to me because I want to be around guys that think and move like me. You know what I mean? And that's what's going to help you be more successful.
Yo, Pat, so throughout your professional career, you've had the luxury of being around some talented wide receivers. Larry Fitzgerald in Arizona, Justin Jefferson in Minnesota. When you look at Deontay Johnson and George Pickens, right? I know it's been the offseason regimen, but what have you seen from those two guys? Let's highlight Deontay first, because I like Deontay's game. I think he's one of the smoothest route runners in the National Football League. But oftentimes, he faces a lot of criticism from fans. They are very, very critical of Deontay, but I love his game. And I know some people complain about the drops, but there are a few wide receivers that don't drop anything. Everybody ain't Larry Fitzgerald. You know what I mean? Yeah. Larry Fitzgerald probably has more caused fumbles in his career than drop passes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But in regards to Deontay, I love his game, and I think he's going to really take off, especially with a year under his belt working with Kenny Pickett. But what have you seen from Deontay? And then, same question for you with George Pickens.
Man, it's crazy you say that because Deontay just posted a picture of me and him just wrapping it up, chopping it up on a football field, and I had the iPod, the tablet in my hand. We were just talking about, stuff that was going on in practice.
Yep.
And what pleased me about him is, like, you don't see most receivers pulling aside DBs and be like, man, what I could have done to do this better, or what did I give you to make this so easily accessible to you? Like, what did I show you? And that moment, that's what made me know and understand, like he gets, not only that he gets it, but he wants to be great. He want to be remembered. Yeah. Like it's not many guys that you run across that have that manner, that have those mannerisms. And for me to see that, man, I'll never forget that conversation we had last year when Ryan Tannehill was talking about, obviously his job was on the line and not being able, didn't want to I don't know what it was, not mentor or give information to the younger quarterback, but like, man, like we got so much information that these guys haven't seen. Why would we want to keep that from them? Like, why would we want to hinder their career on maybe something that we can give them, a little piece of nugget that we can give them that can help flourish their career? You know what I mean? So, not to backtrack, that kind of, rubbed me the wrong way, but just to have those conversations with Deontay, it just showed me that he just don't want to be a guy. He want to be remembered. He want to be a difference maker, which he is. Now he just have to get the opportunity to continue to show that.
Yeah. And what about what you seen from George Pickens?
And George, man, George's been great, man. Big guy. Who George reminds me of is a DeAndre Hopkins. Like, he's one of those guys that's going to catch everything that comes his way.
Yeah.
At least from what I've seen.
I forgot to mention that you played with D-Hop as well. I forgot about that.
Yeah. For what I've seen in practice, he's going to catch everything thrown his way, aggressive. He got that attitude. He got that dog mentality. And he want all the action from whoever.
He want it.
From whoever. So he reminds me a lot of D-Hop and from what I've seen so far. So this receiver for that I'm with, man, these guys got potential. And I'm just happy to be with them.
This is a deep wide receiver unit. You talk about the top three guys, you got Deontay, George, Allen. Then the second group, you got Calvin Gunner, who's a special team guy, returning kicks and returning punts. Miles Boykin. Then you got Anthony. Is Anthony Miller finally healthy?
Yeah.
You got Anthony, you got Cody White, you got Jamarcus Bradley. Then you got Fitzpatrick, Dan, and you got Hakeem Butler, who they got from the XFL. So he's a big body guy. So, I mean, you talking about there's some guys there, man. That's going to be a battle.
Yeah, it is. And the thing I love about Mike G, he let these guys know. He was like, hey, man, we know it's going to be tough finding, receivers, obviously, because we already know who the top three guys are. But he said, if you're a big body receiver and can on me, cover, punch, and can tackle, you possibly got a spot on the team. And that's the thing about these young guys. Sometimes they don't read the message that's on the wall.
No question.
It's written right there in front of you. It's all about if you took it or not.
Yeah. So that means you better learn how to tackle and cut and block people to get you a hat.
I'm trying to tell you.
Hey, well, I remember when Emmanuel Sanders and Antonio Brown was there and there was rookies, like, man, listen, I'm going to keep it real with y'all. But we got two dogs and one bone. I don't know which one of them dogs will get that bone. And that bone was the hat to know who's gonna make the 53. He's like, boy, we got every week it was two dogs and one bone. I don't know which one of them dogs will get that bone to get that hat on Sunday. But yeah, that wide receiver battle, man, it's gonna be intense, man. But Pat P, listen, great insight on minicamp. Oh man, I'm excited. I know the fans are excited as well. This season right here, it feels, because I'm a Pittsburgh fan through and through. So every year I'm rooting for the Steelers. Last year you with the Vikings, of course, I was rooting for you and the Vikings. But I'm always paying attention to the Pittsburgh Steelers. And correct me if I'm wrong, listeners and viewers, the way how the energy is flowing in the field for the team feels totally different than how it felt this time a year ago. I'm just saying. Just got to stay healthy. Stay dialed in. The leadership is not in question at all. Not in this locker room. Like with guys like Pat P, Watt, Hayward. I mean, you got some guys on there that highly respected. Micah. So we got leadership. You just got to stay healthy and stay dialed in. But man, I'm just saying, the energy, the vibe feels a lot different than it was this time a year ago. Hit us in our comment section. Let us know how you feel. And also, too, shouts out to PFF for giving our guy, Patrick Peterson, some extra fuel. And when he go out and get those 7 to 8 interceptions, we will.
They're probably going to say I'm the 30. They're going to probably go drop me lower. They're probably say
they might say you the 21st.
Yeah. You think they'll bump me up?
They might give you some
tribute. It's gonna happen.
They were forced to give you some tribute last year.
They definitely was.
Yeah. And we know oftentimes they pick up on some of the things we talk about, so thank you again for fueling our guy, Patrick Peterson. As the season gets closer and closer, he will have that he's the 31st best corner entering 2023. And out of 52 DBs that were drafted in 2011, there's only one DB still going.
Only one. And y'all talking and see him.
He is him. Slim with the tilted brim on 20-inch rims.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. That's what they do, Pat P. All right. Hey, yes, my guy, go ahead and cool off, man.
Cool off now?
Yeah, you cool off now.
All right.
Hey, but we gotta get that. We gotta get the picture. Eric, get the picture of them trophies, so these people can see exactly what Pat P was talking about.
Man, you know it's in my phone, so I can just send it.
Send it to Debo. Send it to Debo. We call him Debo. He has no muscles. I don't understand why we call him Debo. No muscles at all. None. I gotta try.
Eric, man.
Shout out to Eric. I gotta buy and try tricep workout for you, Eric. You want to get a little something? You want to get a little knot back there? But he has no muscles. But we call him Debo. I don't understand.
Debo. And also, I ain't never seen Eric on no bike or nothing. What? We got to get to the bottom of this. Where Debo come from?
It's part of his last name. It's part of his last name.
I know it's part of his last name, but it got to be
short. We just short
significant. No, I think it got to be. I'm sure it came from high school.
No,
Eric had to do something in high school. He had to knock somebody out. Like it had to come.
Everybody could have done. He could have did it by accident.
We gonna get to the bottom. Accident.
Yeah, it could have been like, oh, well. You know how somebody standing behind you.
I didn't even know I had that strength.
No question. No question.
I stole someone's chain.
He stole someone's chain. Oh, y'all heard him. Y'all heard his voice.
Y'all heard him.
Hey, Eric reminds me of what's the TV show where you didn't see the man face the neighbor. He was always standing on the opposite side of the gate. What was the name of that TV show?
I know what you're talking about.
Home Improvement. Home Improvement.
Yep.
You remember? I don't know what was the neighbor name. I never seen his face.
Just like Big Shirley on Martin. You never seen Big Shirley face.
Man,
you
but
just heard the voice.
What was his name on Home Improvement? What is his name? Boy, he was Wilson. Eric is like Wilson. We just hear his voice every blue moon. You don't see his face. You don't see
just like you heard him.
Yeah. But also, we do know this. He loves Ben Simmons to death.
That he do. Man.
I never see a guy love Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons, you have a fan who is, you cannot do no wrong. Even when you sit on the sideline or with your designer gear on, he gonna say you still the best. Your trajectory was going to LeBron and beyond in the words of Eric. I don't know.
In his eyes. Yeah, me either.
Eric loves Carson Wentz and Ben Simmons. Yes, he needs help, everybody. Freak about Carson. On that note, we gotta go. Carson Wentz, he still believes Carson Wentz can play, by the way.
We gotta pay some bills, Mac.
He believes both guys can be big time contributors for a team. Carson Wentz and Ben Simmons. How, Eric?
He said Jalen is his favorite quarterback right now. So
yeah, but before he was like Carson was supposed to, he still loved Carson.
Yeah, I agree.
Ben Simmons had more fouls than points at one point in time last year.
Stop it, man. Stop it.
I wanted if PFF had him the 31st best NBA player if they had a list. Okay, we're going to go on that note. Right back at you. Ben Simmons. Yes.
We out, man.
We out. Shots out to Debo, man. Debo. I got to try a set workout for you. I'm going to send it to you.